to my pack with me for what I'm taking in my hand luggage for a long haul flight from the UK to New Zealand. It is 26 hours of travel, so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But this is also my honeymoon, our wedding day, and half world cruise sailing from New Zealand all the way back to the UK. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this is probably the biggest, most epic trip I've ever done in my life. It is a once in a lifetime thing, and we are so excited and can't wait to bring you along. But so far I've been doing a bit of a pack with me series, and I've shown you everything we sent on board to the ship in our first suitcase, and in part 3 I'll be showing you everything else. But today we're going to focus on the hand luggage, which hopefully will give you some tips if you do have a long haul flight in the future. I have done enough long haul flights now to know what I like and what I need, and this one is a little bit different because I'll be carrying quite a lot of the wedding stuff in my hand luggage. It makes so much sense to me that I have it on me at all times. I'm obviously going to be carrying a wedding dress, so you have to imagine I've got a wedding dress in hand too, and Benji will have his suit. We're going to be putting them in a little wardrobe when we get onto the plane, and we're flying with Emirates, and we're also flying business class, which I'm so excited about. I cannot even begin to tell you. This has been like a dream and something we have planned for a really long time. So instead of doing a traditional wedding, we put all of the money into doing this world cruise, and one of the things that we both said we wanted to do, if we're going to fly that far and for that long, we wanted to do it in comfort and style and to kickstart our wedding and honeymoon in the best way possible. They say that I can have a small case and a sort of handbag or a dress bag. I am just gonna take my chances and risk it, and I'm gonna show up with my wedding dress, a suitcase and a bag. In terms of the actual flight, we're flying from the UK to Dubai, which is 8 hours. We have a 2-hour layover, and then it's a 16-hour flight direct to Auckland in New Zealand. I have never been on a plane for that long. There was a lot more for us to logistically think about when it came to hand luggage. This is definitely not my normal what I pack for a long flight. Let me show you the bags then. So first of all, suitcase wise, I'm taking my small away suitcase that has been very loved. It's pretty dirty, needs a bit of a clean. This is the bigger carry-on, I believe. I've had no issues with this on Emirates, Virgin and BA, so I know it'll be absolutely fine because I've already taken it on board Emirates before. I have the medium and large ones ready to go for the rest of our luggage. This is perfect because when we actually get onto the ship, the small, the medium and the large, they all fit inside each other like a Russian doll set. This is perfect. It means I don't have loads of luggage to have to store when we get inside the cabin. I don't want to have to go inside this unless I shimmy things around when we do our layover in Dubai, but this is purely just to hold a lot of the wedding things. I wanted to have a bag that I could easily get in and out of, and I've previously taken rucksacks. I've tried a variety of different things. I really like a tote bag because it means I can just grab things and pull them out, and I can have it by my feet if I want. So I'm taking this, which I've never used before, but it's by a company called Land's End, and I accidentally bought the wrong size. So I was meant to just buy this as a small tote bag for trips on land or by the beach when we're actually on the cruise, and when this arrived it was too big, so I had to order a second one which you will see in the next video. I thought this would make a perfect tote bag for the plane. Yeah, I had it engraved with my name on it, and as you can see it's like navy blue, cream. It's so big that we can definitely use it on the trip as well for certain situations, but it's not like your average day-to-day bag because it really is big. I mean, look at it in comparison to the size of me. Inside it has loads of internal pockets, so you can see that there is a big pocket here. There's loads of different sections, and then this is where you can put a laptop. The only other bag that I sometimes use when I fly is a bum bag, and I much prefer these to be slung around me with my phone, vlog camera and passports, just so I can easily get access to all of them at all times. I'm not sure if that will be a little excessive, but I do have it ready in case I want to do that. Let's start with clothes. So the outfit, travel outfit that I'm going to be wearing, Sweaty Betty tracksuit set. It's called the Sandwash crew neck sweatshirt, which I bought in the outlet, and it is such an amazing material. The minute I tried it on, I envisioned myself wearing it on the plane, and I got the matching bottoms, Sandwash cuffed trouser. I just thought these would be amazing for the plane because our first flight is a night flight, so I want to be wearing something that I can obviously sleep in and is comfortable and warm considering we're leaving from the UK in the winter time. So this is perfect as my first outfit, but obviously we're traveling for like 2 days. So at some point I figured maybe I'll want a change of clothes. Pair of Lululemon leggings. These are the Align HRs. Love them. If I want to change, I feel like I'm in a more like daytime outfit outfit, considering the tracksuit, I'm going to sleep in it and stuff, so got that. I did consider pyjamas, but I thought maybe not. Just a plain black t-shirt that's like slouchy and comfortable, and then I threw in this jumper from M&S as well. Best outfits for flying long haul are layers, so things that you can easily take off and put back on. A zip-up jacket is normally perfect for a long haul flight as well. Actually, maybe I'll consider that instead. And then before we land, I've thrown in my jumpsuit from Next. I absolutely love this. I've worn this loads. Many of you will have seen me in this before. It's 3/4 length, nice and loose and floaty, and it's one whole thing. So I figured this would be a good outfit to land in. I also need to consider my shoes. I'm probably going to be wearing my Adidas trainers, and I do also have my Roxy pumps. These are quite good option. I like these. Maybe a pair of flip-flops to land in because it's going to be warm summertime, isn't it? So that's the travel outfit. I also have a pair of compression socks. I have to wear these on a long haul flight because my feet and ankles, legs have all swollen before, and you want to be careful of DVT, so I have to wear these. There's no question. I got them from Amazon. If I can find links to a lot of these things, I will do for you. I'm also going to have some normal socks I'm wearing with my trainers, etc., but this is what I'm going to wear for both flights. We're going to move on to beauty because I have quite a lot of bits to show you. So the first thing is actually an eye mask, and I have two options, mostly because I think Benji might want an option, so one will be for me, one will be for him. My mum bought me this eye mask from a company called Lunya. I took this to Antigua and California. It was amazing. It's super soft. It goes right the way around your head and it blocks out so much light. Obviously, I'm going to wear this for when I want to sleep, but I also have this one, which I got in like a PR box, something like that. I've had it for a while lying around, and I figured this could be a good option too. It's by the brand Smug, and it's their original contoured 3D blackout sleep mask. And this is meant to be amazing for flights. It's got like enough so you can still blink rather than those like eye masks that go straight against your eyelashes. So either way, I thought that could be a good option as well. And another thing I sometimes bring is a sleep mask. They are amazing. I've used them loads on flights, but you open them up and they instantly warm up, and they're very thin and light and they go around your ears. I have worn those before on long haul flights. Let's talk about my beauty stuff because I'm using this Away small toiletry bag as the bag that's going to contain all my beauty products in it. Obviously, I'm gonna have to condense the liquid stuff into a small bag to go through security, which I haven't done yet, but I wanted to just show you the initial things that I've thought would be good to take. The biggest thing about a long haul flight is hydrating your skin. I have ordered an Elemis mist spray thing, which I think I'm gonna try and use throughout the flight, but this is what I pulled out so far. Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream for my hands, hair bands, bobby pins, hair grips, just a mixture of options. I'm gonna have my hair straight. I also have hair clips to clip my hair out my face when I do my skincare. I've got a mini living proof dry shampoo. Just flying for 2 days, maybe my hair will start to feel a little greasy, so I thought that could be an essential. A wild mini deodorant. This is the Fresh Cotton and Sea Salt. I was gonna bring a big version, but then I found this small version and thought that is perfect. I'm obviously gonna need deodorant. Elemis dynamic resurfacing facial pads. These are so nice to rub on your face when you've been flying for a few hours. Benji loves these for the plane. And then I've got the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose range. This is the cream and the cleansing balm, and they smell amazing. I like that they're small, so I've been saving these for a while for this trip. A perfume. This is Penhaligon's, and I think this has got the Favourite or something in it. Gotta have a little mini perfume to freshen up with. I've got my SPF, which I've heard that if you're sat by a window, the UV rays, you still need to be wearing sun cream, so I thought I'd have it, but also it's the last item I want to put on before we leave and travel to the hotel. So I've got my Damask SPF. They are a brand partner of mine, but they're not sponsoring this video today. Neom Perfect Night Sleep Pillow Mist, little tiny one, look at it. I thought this would be good if I can't sleep. I can spritz this on my skin or pillow or whatever. A Vaseline lip balm, can't go wrong. A little mini Tartelette mascara, which is the mascara I use every day. I'm gonna do a little bit of makeup, so I've got that. I've got the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and then I bought a mini version of my Benefit Precisely My brow pencil. I can just do brows, concealer and mascara, and I think that'll make me feel a little bit more fresh just before we land. Oh, I've got a little powder too. I forgot I've got this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury one. I got this in Sephora and it's a tiny little powder with a little powder puff. Toothpaste. an absolute essential. And I'm gonna bring my normal toothbrush, which I've just previously started working with a company called Surrey, and it comes in an amazing travel box. So that's my everyday toothbrush that's obviously in the bathroom right now, but I'm gonna pack that as well. That's my proper toothbrush, and that's gonna be the brush that I use through the trip too. A bunch of contact lenses because I use daily disposables, and I figured that I'm probably gonna take them out, wear my normal glasses for a while, but there might be times I want to put them back in. And I also thought it'd be important to bring some eye drops just in case my eyes are feeling very dry. I've got my eczema cream, which is called Emotive, and so I've got some of that just in case I have a flare-up. I pack this and carry it everywhere. Oh, another lip balm, but this is the Dermatica Skin Balm. I love this just in case my lips are really sore. I only need one really, but I'll probably end up with two. Tropic Bamboo Face Cloth. I think when we land in Dubai, I'm gonna go and brush my teeth, wash my face with my cleanser and use this. Obviously it will be wet, so I think I'll pop in or use the reusable clear bag that I'll have my toiletries in. I'll just pop this in there just so it doesn't make everything wet. I've got a little Barbie mirror. I like it because it says B. B for Brogan, B for Barbie, but it's a little shell, and I got this from Zara. So I've got a little mirror. I've got one singular IBS Relief Buscopan. I cut it out of the packaging because I don't need it very often, just in case my tummy is very unhappy or I've eaten something that doesn't agree with me. I do have one miniature one. I've got one of these Vicks scented sticks. It's not open, but it's the one that you sort of, you know, put up your nose. I only normally use this when I'm feeling unwell, but just in case, I thought that would be good to chuck in. And I also have some Advil in a small little tube. I buy this in Target, and we use this as our paracetamol. An anti-bac, an absolute essential. Fresh Rainfall from Bath & Body Works. I recently got sent these Clarins lip oils, and I have 4 of them. They sent me 3, and I went and bought another one. They don't have much colour to them, they're quite sheer, but they smell amazing, and they do just give you a little pop of colour. This one is raspberry, and I love it. It smells so good and my lips feel amazing, so I'm definitely going to have one of those on the plane with me. Dettol on the go anti-bac wipes. Very obvious. Pack of tissues, essential. This tiny little pouch has got a bunch of earbuds, toothpicks, just, you know, just in case we need them. I have packed a face mask. In fact, I have 2 options. I've got my favourite Rhodial Vitamin C. In case I'm feeling confident enough, considering we're going to have our own little booth area, I thought I might want to do a face mask. I mean, my skin would probably be very grateful if I did. Or I have these Star Skin VIP Gold eye masks. So these are just ones that you put under your eye. And I also have a heat pack. These, you open them up, and if my back is hurting, I have been seeing a chiropractor recently and I have been getting it fixed, but I always travel with these just in case. So you just stick it straight to your skin and it warms up and it's nice. The only other thing as well that I have is a hairbrush from GHD, and I also have the cordless hair straightener. I haven't taken this on the plane yet. This is the Unplugged, and I've charged it up, but I just thought it'd be quite nice, you know, towards the end of the flight before we get to New Zealand, if I could just freshen up my hair, because I am planning on having it straight. I have got very frizzy hair, so I thought this would be amazing for sort of making me feel a little bit nicer before we land. The next section is tech and gadgets, and I am embarrassed to say that I own a lot of different gadgets, mostly because of my job. I am obviously a full-time YouTuber, vlogger, so having all my gadgets on me in hand luggage is super important. Even if I'm not going to use them for the flight, I could never put them in the hold because they're obviously worth quite a lot of value. So first thing is my laptop itself. I am going to be editing, hopefully on the go and on the plane, which will give me something to do, but this is a no-brainer. This is obviously coming with me, and the charger. In terms of cameras, I'm going to have 4 with me, and that is purely because I'm obviously filming and vlogging this whole trip, but mostly they all serve a different purpose. So the one that I'm filming on right now is the Canon M50. That's going to go in its little case and will come in this bag as well. I might even put that straight in the suitcase because I'm not going to need it for the plane. Another camera I'm not going to need for the flight is my GoPro. This is purely for any water activities. On a week holiday, I use a GoPro maybe a handful of times in the vlogs, but obviously we're away for 2 months. This is coming with us. This is my main vlog camera, the Canon G7X Mark III. That's what I'm going to be filming on for the trip. And then I recently bought this new camera, which I'm going to start playing with and using on this trip, seeing if we can find a way to blend what we already do with the Canon and maybe get special like B-roll clips with it, etc. It's a really handy, incredible little camera called the DJI Osmo Pocket get 3, and it comes like this. It's so teeny. I haven't shown you this yet, and I've been wanting this for months, and I decided to bite the bullet. It basically looks like this, and I can film in portrait or landscape. So if we have a day where we are filming short form and long form vlogs, we can flip it around easily, and it's got this nice little gimbal. It's a very different style of vlogging to what I'm used to on the Canon, and it is taking some getting used to, but the quality is fantastic, and it comes with loads of accessories. Headphones wise, I'm going to be taking my Apple AirPod Max headphones. I absolutely love these. I've had them for over a year now. I use them so much. They're incredible. I would never travel without these now. So they're coming, but I also am going to take my smaller AirPods, just my normal ones, just because sometimes wearing over the ear headphones for a long period of time, I've edited with them for like 5-6 hours straight, and my ears definitely start to hurt. So I might want to switch to a small pair. And then I also have this, which is a very handy gadget called an AirFly. One of my friends who's a full-time travel influencer, she had one of these on a plane journey, and I used her link and bought it, and I tried it on 2 trips to Antigua and California, and it worked great. And you basically plug it into the headphone jack of the plane, you connect it to your Bluetooth headphones. I just cannot believe this actually works, but it does. In terms of entertainment, I've got 3 major tech gadget items. The first one is my Kindle. So some of you know I've really got into reading over the last few years. At the moment, I am deep into Fourth Wing and Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I absolutely loved Fourth Wing, and I'm almost finished Iron Flame. In fact, I'll be done by the time you see this video. And they were quite beefy books, and I already can see the book hangover I'm gonna have, because nothing is gonna compare to that reading experience. I'm not planning on having any physical books for this trip, just because it's an extra weight that I don't need. So of course I'm gonna use my Kindle. So here is what I've currently got. I've got the Twisted Love series. There's 4 books here. I also have Lauren Asher's series. What's this called? Throttled? Swimming for Beginners I have. Hannah Grace Icebreaker, and I also have Wildfire. So I've got both of those. I've heard good things. I obviously have Colleen Hoover in there because it was on Kindle Unlimited, and Dawn O'Porter So Lucky. There are quite a lot of books I have in my physical TBR bookshelf list that I might end up having to purchase on Kindle instead, but we'll see how I get on with those to start. Loads of you want me to read the ACOTAR series because you said that if I loved Fourth Wing and Iron Flame that I'd love that, but I think I want to take a short break from fantasy as a bit of a palate cleanser, and I want to read some of these others, so we'll see how I get on. My Nintendo Switch, absolute no-brainer for me. I have got the OLED edition. I don't play on my Switch much anymore, considering I'm spending most of my free time reading, but I still love it. I'm still playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, so that's the game I have loaded, and I have things like Mario Kart. I also have some basic games like word searches and things, which I thought could be good for keeping me entertained. I have thought about downloading Hogwarts Legacy, and I also finished a game called My Time at Portia last year, and they have a new one called My Time at Sandrock, so that's been high on my list. But I had to think about games that I can play that don't require Wi-Fi. Disney Dreamlight Valley you can still play offline, which is great. Mostly I really want this on the actual trip anyway, the cruise that we're on for 2 months, and it will just break up the time of me watching movies. The main thing I am going to be doing is either reading or watching films, and on Emirates on the app you can actually pick a bunch of your favourite movies, and I have loads, and then it syncs your favourites list into your seat on the plane, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But I also have my iPad because on here I have got Readly. They are a brand partner of mine as well, but I use them for magazines, and it might be that, you know, my brain doesn't have the capacity to do any more reading, or maybe I'm over watching films. The other thing on my iPad is that I'll download movies and specific shows and stuff like that on here. The other tech things I have is a portable phone charger for obvious reasons, but I also have a plug. A lot of flights these days, they have an actual plug socket, so I thought, do you know what, I'll bring a plug, but I also have the converter, so depending on where I can plug in, if I can plug in, I have a whole converter for that. I also purposely have picked out my really long lead. And the last tech gadgety thing is I've got a mini fan. I have a big version which will also be coming with us on the trip, but this small one is perfect for travel. It's so little and it's so nice at keeping me cool. We're making progress, but before we go into my wedding bits, I thought I'd show you some of the main essentials, I guess. So first of all, we have our passports in this Havaianas Disney 100 case. I love this because it actually fits both of our passports in it. Have them both in clear wallets, which a lot of the time I don't have to take them out, but if I do, it's no problem, but it just keeps the passports nicer rather than them getting damaged. My friend bought me this gorgeous Katie Loxton sleeve that has BL, which is my new initials, engraved on it. I love it, so I'm thinking of putting the passports and bits in there, but I just thought I'd show you because it's so nice, and that's obviously coming with me. I have this folder, which has become my absolute essential folder for all our paperwork and bits and bobs. I also have the itinerary of where we're going on the back, and you'll notice in the front I have the luggage tags for when we get onto the cruise ship. So we're not going to need to put these on the flight because we're going to stay in Auckland for a week before we get on board. It's actually 5 days. I have a bunch of pens. I also have my Give Blood card because someone said that if anyone needs emergency blood on the ship, they call on people to donate, and I do donate regularly, so just in case, I thought that'd be handy to have. The paperwork I have in here at the moment is some stuff for the flight, stuff for the cruise, stuff for New Zealand, visas, Disneyland, a notebook which I found in TK Maxx. It was $4.99 and it's like a nice little travel themed lined notebook, thin, love it, so I've just shoved that in here. Wedding stuff, so our marriage license. I've got our little vows books that I bought on Etsy, his vows and her vows, obviously. I've also packed some plain paper because I thought that could be handy on the cruise, and also to write our vows in, and then we can glue them into the book rather than writing directly into the book. I thought just in case we make a mistake, I'm going to do that. I also have our insurance details, and then I have a bunch of like little clear wallets to store any mementos or paperwork or like things we want to keep. I have folders for receipts so I can just organize that correctly. Basically anything to do with paperwork or important stuff is in this big folder. Next is our currency. I have shown this already, but now you can see what it looks like full. I have explained this a few times, but we do have cash. We have some currency for some countries we're going to, not all. The reason for that is because we were kindly given some from relatives as gifts for Christmas or towards our wedding. So we have Australian and New Zealand dollars that our family want us to go and treat ourselves to a nice meal. So normally I think in those countries I would have just used card, but we have some cash. Plus it's helpful if I want to be able to tip. But then we figured that although we can just use our Monzo card, or if you have Revolut, those sort of things, we can use that in places like Singapore, when we go to Hong Kong, when we go to Disneyland. There are some countries we're going to, like Indonesia and the Philippines. There's just like places that we're doing either a tour that's already booked where I want to be able to have the option to tip the driver or the tour guide, or there are ports where we haven't got anything booked and I don't know where the nearest cash machine will be, and I might want to just jump in a taxi and use cash instead. But I will say that we only have small amounts, so like 20, 30 pounds at the most for some of these countries. In order to be able to organize the currency, I bought this clear wallet from Amazon, and as you can see, I'll flick through it for you, I have currency, and some I have coins just from leftovers or family have given to us. But yeah, I have small amounts of the different currency. This was so satisfying to sort this out. Loads of random euros. This is just from random leftover trips and stuff, which I really need to change some of these into notes if I can. I haven't done my British pounds just yet. That's the last one I need. But I also have dollars. Even though we're not going to the US dollars are widely accepted in a lot of places as well. Still going to use card, but do have cash. So that's obviously going to be on me in my hand luggage. This is going to be my purse that I use. I got this from TK Maxx, and I'm going to have my British pounds in there to start with, and then all my cards. A little tote bag, just because we might want to buy a sandwich or some extra snacks or drinks. I know that Benji likes to have, you know, a Pepsi Max, or I quite like to have a chocolate bar, so we can just use this if we buy anything, or if we buy any alcohol duty free or whatever. It's always handy to have a little tote bag any trip I go on. And then I also have my sunglasses and my reading glasses. I've got Kath Kidston ones in this little Mickey case from Specsavers, so of course I need those. And then I have some Ray-Bans, which I actually bought on our Mediterranean cruise last year. I want to have those ready so I can put them on when we get to New Zealand. So as I mentioned, all of our wedding things are coming with us, so this is going to be very miscellaneous. There's lots of little details, but I'm going to show you everything because I know a lot of you want to see. So first of all, this little bride pouch I'm using for some very important things. Well, the first thing is not very exciting. It's a jewelry cleaner. So this is just to clean my ring just before. It's a nice little cloth that the jewelers gave me so that I can keep my ring and Benji's ring. Nice. Speaking of rings, I also have our wedding rings in this little pouch. I'm not going to show you it, actually. That's not something I've shared just yet, but that's our wedding rings. But then I also have this little thing that I bought from Etsy, which is to display the rings in, and I want to take pictures of the rings in it. I was thinking about traveling with the rings inside this box, but I don't know. I don't want them to bash around. And then I have this little memory stick inside this little box from P&O Cruises. This is our wedding music on the memory stick, which we got given when we bought a professional photo of us on our last cruise. So I used the same memory stick to put a few songs on that I'm going to give to them for the ceremony. I'm not massively into my crystals, but I do have 2 in this little bag that I thought would be nice to have with me, maybe tucked into my dress or just holding on the day. But I have a rose quartz for love, and I have this little red one which is for passion and self-love, and they are little heart shapes. So I'm going to pop them in here too. Going to be packing Benji's watch. This is a gift from me to him for a wedding day, and I put a bow on it, even though he knows exactly what it is because we picked it together. This is very special and now very sentimental and important, so this is obviously going to come with us. I've got my wedding day bag. This is one I already owned that I'm just reusing. I don't think I'm actually going to really need a bag too much on the wedding day, but it's a lovely pearl one from Oliver Bonus. And inside here I've got some Dolls Flutterful confetti. I've got a small tiny sample of my wedding perfume, and I have this tiny little Bonnie figurine. As some of you may know, that we have a little Cocker Spaniel called Bonnie, and I bought this on Etsy. It looks like her with a little grey chin, so we're having that on the cake. I've got my slippers just because they're part of the wedding day stuff, but I don't necessarily need these for the flight. I'm not going to be wearing them. I might want to put them on. I've got this little pouch from Primark which has got a pair of silk pajamas that I'm going to wear on the wedding day, some underwear also for the wedding day, and body tape in case I need it, and then another one that matches also from Primark. This has got so many random things in, but we'll go into it. The little Mr. and Mrs. sign that I bought in Brighton. Don't know what I'm going to do with this or where I'm going to put it. I just thought it was cute. This is a little pouch from Stackers. My brother bought me this for Christmas and I love Stackers. Their products are amazing. And this has got my wedding day necklace and earrings. I've got a hair bow and a bride hair clip. This is fully wrapped up, so I'm not going to unravel this. You'll see it when you see our wedding day and pictures and things, but it is a hair piece that I'm going to have in the back of my hair. I also have some fun things I'm going to wear just before we get married. I'm going to have an afternoon tea with some of the ladies on board. So I have a bow that has a veil on the back, and I also have a sash that I've shown before in my wedding haul, so you can go and watch that to see all of the details of everything I bought. But obviously all of that is coming with me. We are so nearly there, but the final things I have are some snacks. So I have some Tic Tacs. I've got some Haribos. I thought these could be good as a little sweet snack, so I can give Benji a whole one if he wants one. And I also found some peaches, which are some of my favourites from Haribo. I also am packing these, which I absolutely love on a plane journey. These are the baked pretzels. I think originally we got these on a Virgin flight and then we've never looked back. I don't think I'm going to need this because of the lovely bed setup I'm going to have. I wanted a travel pillow, not for actually the flight, but for some of the long shore experiences we have. We have coach journeys that are like an hour, 2 hours. I think the one in Egypt is like 3.5, 4 hours or something crazy to the Valley of the Kings. And I want to have this with me for that, but I figured it was probably handy to have on the plane anyway, just in case I do want a neck pillow around me. This was just from Home Bargains, and what I've done is rolled it into a little ball. And then this was also from Home Bargains. It's designed to use for your bras, to wash your bras in, but I have managed to fit the pillow in. And now it's become my little travel pillow, so it doesn't take up as much space. Will I need it? Probably not, but I'm still going to have it probably in the suitcase in all honesty. And I also have a blanket. I got this in my FabFitFun box a while ago. It's by a brand called Unhide. I knew I wanted a decent blanket for the trip, and so I figured that it was probably worth bringing it on the plane just because then I have it. I know that they will provide like nice blankets and things, and I know our setup is going to be incredible on the flight. I'm not worried about that at all, but in case I just want to feel a little bit more at home, and sometimes those blankets they give you on planes are quite scratchy, aren't they? So I have my own. The only other thing wedding wise that I haven't packed yet are my wedding shoes, and that's because they're downstairs ready to go for my final try on appointment. So I am going to pack my heels, so they're going to go in the case as well. And I'm going to have a water bottle, an empty bottle that I can fill up, which will be my Owala one that I've used and shown loads. To me, the most logical thing is to start with this little case. And we'll put wedding stuff, I think, over this side that we can zip up. That's all wedding things. Portable charger, the air fly, the headphones. Then I can get to them easily, can't I? And in the back is going to go my laptop. Maybe my Switch is better off in one of these little pouches. Oh yeah, that's quite good. Tech and gadgety stuff. We can put my clothes in this. That will go in there like that. I've moved liquids into this little pouch, which was from Amazon. I can't believe I'm bringing a hair straightener on board. I hope I can. Passports, they just need to go with my vlog camera. And then snacks, so maybe we can put some snacks in the big case and some in this one. I'll put my mints in that little phone pocket bit there. The money can go in here. I'm not going to need that, am I? That took a lot longer than I thought, but that is everything I'm taking hand luggage wise, and a wedding dress, obviously. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I know a lot of you like my packing ramblings. This trip has been planned for 2 years, so I've had a lot of time to think about what I want and need, and I know it feels and looks quite a lot of stuff, but I promise it's all been thought through. So hope you enjoyed this. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our World Cruise vlogs. Give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below if you think I've missed anything or if you think I've packed well. I'd appreciate that. Have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!